Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be an episode on the severe weather outbreak that is most likely at this point going to occur. And remember last video, I titled my video Potential Severe Weather Outbreak. Well now, sorry about that. Well now it does seem as if it will be very likely, if not almost certain, at least some part of the plains and the Midwest and southern plains, it does seem like there will be a tornado somewhere in the tornado alley, so we'll definitely need to keep track of that. I'll be doing more continuous weather updates on that, maybe two more, maybe one more, who knows. But at this point it does seem like the severe weather threat is likely, the outbreak is likely, and if you want me to keep bringing out this information for you guys, please consider liking this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and please consider leaving a comment below in the comment section box. If you didn't like the video, tell me why in the comment section box below so that I could improve my channel, because if you didn't, then it would just pointless of you disliking it without telling me. So let's just get right into the video. So you can see across the Northeast there's a little system that is 1014 in pressure. So that's 1004 in pressure. Sorry about that. And it's very weak. It's not strong, and it's not going to get much stronger, at least for the Northeast coast. You can see it actually completely disintegrates 1008, and it left some rain. You can see in Boston, Pennsylvania, New York City, Maine, and on the backside of it there's a little system also affecting areas like Chicago, Madison, and potentially even some snow showers mixed with rain as far south as northern Illinois. That's just ridiculous at this point. I'm sick of it. Hopefully it won't happen here in my area, but who knows? The weather is the weather. You can't control it. You can only forecast it, which is what I'm here for. And you can see this system plows away, goes away, leaving not much. But then you could see this is the problem with severe weather on the GFS. It doesn't really show it by doing much. You can see this is actually severe weather, what it's causing. But look what this looks. This doesn't look like much, does it? Right? But this is actually severe weather. This is by it's indicating these little spurts and gasps. Because if it was more widespread storm, it would be more of a large shield of rain. But however, it's severe weather, so it's more scattered or isolated than the regular shield of rains that come in fall and spring, you know, the big storms. So this is going to be severe weather. You can see that there's going to be, that right there, that's definitely a cluster of severe thunderstorms, or just thunderstorms, and that just continues on, pop-up thunderstorms throughout, and not much going on other than that in terms of huge storms. There's just going to be, you know, quite a bit of rain, spring, April showers bring me flowers, even though it's May now. I don't know what the May saying is, but you can see that in general it's just going to be severe weather is going to be dominant weather threat for much of the country. Does not look like there will be a big storm or any snowstorms or any hurricanes, God forbid, but it still needs to be addressed due to the fact that it's severe weather, so it could actually do much more damage than a huge single large storm. So you can see that when I go to the European model, this is total rainfall accumulation. You could see that there's just these weird bands of rain. Some are darker, a couple of miles away, it's a lot less, and the reason for that is thunderstorms. As you know, thunderstorms is no bigger than the size of a county, perhaps, you could see, and as it travels northeastward, southwestward, in any direction, it brings quite a bit of rain with it. However, it's very isolated, so you could see near Kankakee in Indiana, 2.1 inches. How about in southern sections of Chicago south side? You could see south side, you could see, okay, yeah, you could see on the south side there's you could see just 1 inch. Here there's 2 inches. Even here I think there's 3, even 4 inches you could see. And it just happens like that, and you don't really see much of this thing where it's just widespread heavy rain. This will probably be just associated with a single thunderstorm cluster. These are just more isolated severe weather events, which are probably more dangerous than even those clusters, because these isolated storms can develop into supercells since they have all the moisture around it, all the energy around it to gain for themselves and gather it for just hog it up, and they could reach their maximum potential. And once they do, they could dump. You could see a lot of rain rain, and that's what the European model is showing. The GFS I would like to show you isn't showing that much total accumulated precip, because you can see it's showing it more widespread. But with severe weather, I'm sorry to break it to you if you have for some reason your hopes up for getting widespread rain, even though I don't know if that's even a thing, having hopes for widespread rain. But if you want widespread rain, then the biggest chances are in spring, early spring, and late fall. So you could see that as of now, the GFS is showing a large swath of 2+ inches of rain. However, this will look like the European model and be more scattered, because thunderstorm, even there could be 2 to 4 inches of rain in northern Illinois, which is quite a bit, and in Chicago there could be nothing. So severe weather rainfall amounts are very scattered, very widespread, very scattered, isolated, not widespread, and can lead to flooding, because if those storms go over the same place over and over and not over a large area, then that little area could receive flooding, so it's potentially more dangerous. Now I would like to quickly shift my focus to just the energy, which is still about severe weather, so that you can see energy helicity index, which basically boils down to how much energy do the thunderstorms have, how much potential do they have in them. You can see very quiet for the next almost 100 hours, but then you can see it starts blowing up around here. You can see the reds, the oranges, and you can see quite a bit of even some purples showing up. So that's a lot of energy that the thunderstorms can tap into and develop severe thunderstorms. And you can see as we go on even further and further, the threat seems to increase. So this isn't going to be the worst outbreak in the world or the strongest outbreak you've ever seen, but it's going to be nevertheless potentially damaging. And even though it's not strong, it could still damage your home if it hits your home. So this is still, if there's a thunderstorm warning issued for your area, you still need to take it seriously. You obviously need to take it seriously. National Weather Service is actually very good in pointing those out, and you should just stay tuned to the radar. That is probably the most reliable source, because it shows you them coming from several miles away. So you can see, as I pointed out, this day will see, like I said, this is I think Tuesday will be the strongest, and then as we go on Wednesday, Thursday, you can see some, but that's more grays and blues, which isn't that strong. And later on, as I said, it increases and goes further north, because this is going to be more confined to Tornado Alley and some parts of the Midwest. But now I would like to shift my focus from severe weather into temperatures. There will also be very warm temperatures across much of the country, at least the eastern half of the country, while the severe weather is happening. So let's shift back. You can see as I'm winding this back, a lot of oranges. So you can see this is blue. Sunday this weekend for much of the Midwest will be cooler than average, which is unfortunate, because the warm weather should be on the weekends, in my opinion, because that's when you have more time to go outside. But anyways, you can see that the cold air gets pushed out and the warm air takes control for you can see much of the next week, starting around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday stays above average, Sunday, and then finally so a whole week of above average temperatures, and a cool off happens. Minor cool off before the temperatures really start sweeping back in. And if I forgot to mention, anywhere you see the orange, it's above average, and anywhere you see the blue, that's below average temperatures. Now let's move on to the shaded temperatures, which actually give you the actual temperature, what it's going to be like. So you can see today was mostly mild across the country. A very nice spring day here in Chicago. In the afternoon, it started clouding over and brought us some showers, some isolated thunderstorms even, but it didn't amount to much. And you can see the cold air, even some isolated, spotty, scattered areas of frost could happen across Wisconsin, northern Michigan, northern Minnesota, and even northern Illinois. There could be some patchy frost. So you can see that Saturday it really warms up a lot. For the southern parts of the country, but however for the Midwest it doesn't warm up too much. It's going to be on the cooler side. You could see 40s and 50s. That is definitely below average, but like I said, that gets pushed off, and you can see 60s, 70s take dominant. But as you see, you can see this cold front still pushing down, and that cold front will eventually reach, and you can see but not before a whole week of warm weather. I mean, look, that's just 70s, 80s for much of the country. And then you can see the cool off happens right here. Some cooler temperatures. Where was this? There, right there. I don't know if this is how accurate this is because this switches often, but that's still pretty warm. 50s and 40s. It's not that bad. And then you can see the heat really takes in an 80s for May. So I do think, like I mentioned before, it does seem like if the country will warm up, and it does seem like if it went from a below average April, a really cold April, to above average May for much of the country. And it does seem like May will be really warm and it will be above average. And unfortunately, with above average temperatures, that may warm up the ocean temperatures more, leading to a more active hurricane season, or even heating up the atmosphere more, leading to a more severe weather season. However, guys, this severe weather season has been extremely dormant. I mean, we have set a record for Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure they have reported 0 tornadoes thus far up until May 28th, which is tomorrow. It's just today. No, today's April 27th. They haven't reported a single tornado in the state, and for the year. And the record was April 26th, and so that basically means that before April 26th, they usually see a tornado or two in a state, but they still haven't seen a tornado in Oklahoma this year, 2018. But I think that is bound to change with these warm temperatures coming up, instability, more energy flow, especially if it's going to transition into El Nino. You can see there's going to be more flow from the ocean, Gulf of Mexico. That could really increase some of the severe weather threats, and that's definitely something we'll need to keep an eye on. So that's basically it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick little update. Then I will do a more detailed update once the NAM 12KM comes out with the severe weather. But however, let me go and prove it to you that, excuse me, if I go to right around here, you can see it doesn't really show the severe weather yet. Just goes through Tuesday, which I think it's still underdoing some of this, but you can see those storms are isolated and could be severe. But I'll do it once the model goes through about Thursday. I'll do an update and take you through that, since that unlocks a lot more features to do about severe weather on Pivotal Weather. So that's basically it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and as always, see you guys on the next episode.